It's a very great pleasure for me to introduce this record because, well, I think it's marvellous, and I hope you'll think so too. It's been made on behalf of the Stars Organisation for Spastics, of which I'm chairman, by my friends in show business. Now, I would like to thank all the artists for giving their services for absolutely nothing, and to Contour Records for making it all possible. Now, your support in buying this record will help us to give many handicapped children a holiday at our Bexhill Hotel and to continue our work for adult spastics in Colchester and South London. I hope you have as much fun listening to this record as I did.
Hello, and to the show. Welcome.
Hundreds of years ago, in a far-off land, there lived a pretty young girl called Ella. She had a very happy childhood until that fateful day when her father married again. Being a rich merchant, he was often away for long periods, and during this time, Ella's wicked old stepmother and her two incredibly ugly stepsisters, Erica and Ernestine, made her life unbearable. She was virtually their slave, doing all the housework, scrubbing, chopping wood, and they even made her sleep in the attic, which was so cold and draughty that every night she used to creep downstairs and curl up by the cinders of the fire to keep warm. And because of this, Erica and Ernestine immediately christened her Cinderella, and never ceased to be cruel to her.
Cinderella! Cinderella! Never here when she's wanted. I don't think we're giving her enough to do. We can't be. Have you noticed that she never complains these days? 14 hours' work yesterday and not a murmur.
Takes the edge off it a bit, doesn't it?
I don't know what's got into her, I'm sure. Where is she? I've got 4 sonnets and a scroll to write this morning, and I need her to sharpen my quill.
Well, I could bring the tears to your eyes.
Mind you, I know what it is. It's jealousy, inverted jealousy.
Of course it is.
She's so jealous of our looks, talent, fine clothes, and social graces that she tries to pretend they don't exist.
That's very true, Ern.
I wish you wouldn't call me that.
What?
Ern. It's so very common. Ernestine is the name. It's far more refined.
I'm sorry.
And refinement is what all the men seek these days. That's why they're all chasing me.
Chasing you?
Yes.
Cheeky, get off.
Yes.
When was the last time you had a date then? I'll tell you when it was. It was that spotty little cobbler's son from the next village. And he met you at a mass ball.
Anyway, I shall be solving my problems tomorrow at the palace ball, when I shall win some beguiling man's heart.
Oh, you're not going to ruffle yourself again, are you? Or have you got someone in mind?
The prince, of course.
Oh.
I shall have him at my mercy with just one magnetic smile and a casual wave of my fan.
The prince? The
Yes.
He wouldn't look at you. Not with those legs.
He will fall for my girlish charms. He will woo me.
Dearie me.
And then he will propose. And when he becomes king, I shall be his queen.
You're not doing a bad job now.
Sisters?
Have you done the washing?
And the ironing.
And cleaned the grate?
Made the beds.
Prepared supper?
Cleaned the windows.
And relaid the fire?
Why, of course, sisters. Everything has been done as you asked.
Very well. Now you can prepare our gowns for the royal ball at the palace tomorrow.
A ball?
They always have one on the last Friday of the week.
A ball? Oh, how I'd love to go to a real ball. All those beautiful clothes, the music, the dancing. Oh, it must be wonderful.
Don't be stupid. This is for lords and ladies of style, not scruffy little kitchen maids.
That's true, Ern. Sorry, Ernestine. Stein. No, you don't have to hit me.
So poor Cinderella had to prepare everything that night and the next morning for her cruel sisters to go to the ball. But she set about it with a willing heart, and thanks to her efforts, her sisters didn't seem quite as ugly as normal, just sort of semi-ugly. Even the wicked old stepmother was impressed.
Hey, girls, you do look lovely. Ernestine, I do love your hair.
It's a wig. It's a wig.
Shut up. You don't have to tell everyone.
Get off. It's a dead giveaway anyway. It arrived this morning all the way from Axminster. On its own.
And what about yours, then?
What about mine, then?
It's just as well they can't see what you look like, isn't it? You'd think they were watching Mother Goose.
At least you can't see the join on mine.
Cinderella, back in the kitchen and get on with your scrubbing. Now calm down, girls, and have a good time. Bye-bye, darlings. Oh, don't they look pretty?
Pretty? You must be joking.
Seeing her ugly sisters going off to the ball was just too much for poor Cinders. Once out of her stepmother's sight, she curled up on the floor in the kitchen and started to cry.
How I'd love to go to the ball. I don't mind them going, but I wish that just once I could go along with them. Oh, well, what's the point in dreaming?
Prompt! A fairy godmother! Oh, where's the fairy godmother? Oh, well, you'll have to do it then.
Who are you, then?
I'm the godfather. Fairy godfather. Mother's tied up for a moment. She's busy changing a frog back into a prince. The frog jumped into the pond, and now she's trying to kiss 100 of the things back into life again.
Oh, fairy godfather, I want to go to the ball so much. Please help me to go.
Ball? Dear, oh dear, let me think. I've pulled a few tricks in my time, and tinkered with a few parties.
I say, that was jolly good. The life on the ocean wave.
Oh dear, who let him in? You know, I think I prefer Margaret Thatcher.
In the book, a fairy godmother waves a magic wand and sends me to the ball in a beautiful coach, drawn by 6 of the most beautiful white horses. Oh, dear.
I think that's beyond even my powers. Look, Cinders, and I think I said this at the Brighton conference. In fact, I'm sure I did. I was the only one listening at the time. You'd better wait for your fairy godmother.
Why, here she comes now.
Oh dear. Sorry I'm late. I found the prince after 84 attempts. You don't want a frog trick, do you, love? 'Cause I'm definitely off them.
Oh, fairy godmother, I just want to go to the ball and wear those wonderful clothes.
Hang on. I think I remember this one. No, don't tell me. Mice and pumpkin, right? Yes, that's it. Now let me think. That's it. Pumpkin into a coach, mice into horses. Something about midnight. Oh, well, anything for a laugh. Ooh.
Taking directions from the fairy godmother, Cinderella picked up the largest pumpkin she could find and the 6 white mice she had fed in the attic.
Funny how they always have a pumpkin convenient, isn't it? Dead handy, that.
George, there are times when I'm sorry I haven't got one handy.
She put them on the ground, and the fairy godmother consulted her magic book.
Well, 6,000 spells. You can't expect me to remember the lot, can you? Here we are. Right. Stand back.
Good one, Liz. I mean, if it changed into a cucumber, it would still be a good trick, wouldn't it? I mean, wouldn't it? Really? Just like that.
Fairies, gremlin, magic folk, do my bidding at a stroke. This pumpkin chains these mice in thrall. Poetic, isn't it? Send Cinderella to the ball.
I say that's jolly good too.
Didn't she do well?
I say, would you mind telling me just how you did that? It would really impress the house.
Oh, I'm not telling you everything, Petal. You'll be nationalising fairies next.
Oh, what a gay day that would be. And shut that door. A heck of a draught in here. And I'm not wearing a vest.
The gleaming coach was ready, and the 6 white horses were in position. With another wave of the wand, Cinderella's rags were transformed into the most beautiful ball gown ever seen. She climbed into the coach as though in a dream. But the fairy godmother had one final word of warning.
Sorry about this, love, but I have to finish off the spell. Union rules. At the sound of midnight bells, each stroke for you disaster spells. Be warned, dear Cinders, mark it well. The chimes will break the magic spell.
I say, it's a bit like beat the clock, isn't it? All right, my love?
Oh, thanks. I won't forget. Ta-ra now. And if I can ever do the same for you.
The ball was in full swing when Cinderella arrived, looking absolutely stunning. Oh. Heads turned and everyone wanted to know who the beautiful lady was. Surely she was a princess at least. But nobody knew, and certainly nobody recognized her, not even her stepsisters.
Who's the bird? Who's the bird? Who's the bird? I've just said that. Who's the bird?
Remember where you are. You can't say, who's the bird?
Oh.
Of whom do you speak?
The tasty one over there.
I don't know, but the prince certainly won't let his head be turned by that little hussy for long. Not while I'm here.
It's not his head I'm worried about. Look, he's seen her. You're getting all jealous, aren't you? I can always tell. Your wig starts to slip when you get all jealous, when you get upset. Yeah. You've got 2 joins up there. I didn't notice that before. Did you realise that? Shut up. You've got 2. You can't help it. It's a gift. You've got 2 joins up there.
Sure enough, the prince had spotted the beautiful stranger and immediately requested the pleasure of her company.
You dancing?
You asking?
I'm asking.
I'm dancing.
Heads turned as she danced with the prince, and everyone agreed that Cinderella was the most beautiful lady they'd ever seen. Even one little page boy couldn't contain his admiration for her.
Hello, darling.
Not wishing to let the beautiful Cinderella out of his sight, the prince seized his opportunity to guide her from the floor to the balcony where he summoned his minstrel.
Where's my fool? Come, young Bert. You may serenade us with your 6-stringed electric lute.
gosh, you have your own musician to serenade us.
Only on special occasions such as this.
What does he do the rest of the time?
He's retained to sell programmes at Silver Jubilees. The money's not much, but the hours are great.
Oh, this is a dream come true for me. Standing here with a real-life prince. Mummy'll never believe it.
You were the most beautiful girl I have ever met. Tell me, where do you come from?
Alas, I cannot, for I am sworn to secrecy.
You must live within the kingdom, and from the style of your clothes and jewellery, you are, perchance, the daughter of a nobleman?
Hold a while, good prince, for things are not always as they seem.
Such beauty, such delicate porcelain beauty, crowned with soft curls, providing a frame for limpid eyes and delicately moulded lips. Total perfection.
What's he on about, Mildred? He sounds like one of those commercials on the telly.
Oh, shut up, George. Why don't you say things like that to me instead of playing with your budgie?
By Cinderella, and when they returned to the ballroom, he kept her dancing all evening, and the time slipped by so quickly that Cinderella didn't notice that midnight was fast approaching.
Oh gosh, it can't be. I must be off.
Dear heart. You can't leave me like this. Come back. Come back. Come back.
I told you so.
And to everybody's astonishment, she ran out of the ballroom, leaving the prince standing on his own in the middle of the floor. She rushed home as quickly as she could in her rags, because don't forget the magic had worn off now, and curled up by the fire next to her friends, the 6 white mice who had served so well by pulling the coach.
Mice. Why is it always mice? Why can't they write a pantomime for a fox or something? These nasty, squeaky little things. God, cheek.
Exhausted but happy, she fell asleep, dreaming of the most wonderful day of her life.
Did it really happen to me? Thank you, my pretty little mice, for being such wonderful horses. I've always loved you. You've been my very best friends ever since you moved in here. But I didn't realise what super talented little things you were until today. From now on, mice are going to be my very favourite people, even better than all the other living things that I love. I'll even throw a special cheese party for you for being so wonderful to me. Oh dear, I wish I could invite the prince as well. Probably doesn't like cheese anyway.
The next day, the prince called all his servants and aides together in a determined effort to find the beautiful princess who had so mysteriously disappeared from the ball. The hunt was to be led by Prince Charming's own private detective.
All right, Slowjack. I want you to leave no stone unturned in the bid to find her.
Okay, Prince. I think we got a lead already. Just look at these clues that we left. 1 wig, 17 bottles, half a meringue, rolled up copy of Pinot, set of false teeth, and a glass slipper. That's beautiful, baby.
The slipper! Let me see it. That's it! How could I ever forget? Find the owner of the glass slipper, and you have found my princess.
Sure thing, Prince.
And slow, Jack.
Yeah, little Prince.
Take that thing out of your mouth.
Slow Jack do this, slow Jack do that, slow Jack stop chewing. Jeez, I hope I get that TV series soon, baby.
So, armed with a notebook, an identikit picture of a foot, and a cardboard cutout of a glass slipper, Slow Jack was on his way. News that the prince would marry the owner of the crystal slipper spread like wildfire.
Read all about it, you'll get your headlines here, but open our time, if you want to say the minute, but a font binding, talk time, and all by time, reading as follows, thus, Prince seeks shoe shy girl, 1 shoe, 2, 2, wait, 1 minute, 1 shoe, 2 flew, 2 flew, wait, oh no, whoa, read all about it, Prince seeks shoe shy girl, 1 shoe, 2 few clue, go, got it.
The inscrutable Slow Jack embarked on his mission to find the owner of the slipper and systematically began to track down and interview every lady in the kingdom.
Pardon me, ma'am. Did you lose anything at the ball last night? Homed in on a dame called Widow Twankey running illicit traffic in oil lamps, keeping genies without a license. Turned out to be a renegade from Aladdin, slipped into wrong panto by typing error.
Slow Jack continued his search until there was just one dark, sinister house left. By this time, of course, the prince had just about given up hope of finding the owner of the slipper, especially when the door was opened by the evil stepmother.
Hello? Oh, it's the prince. Oh, your majesty, your honor, my lord. Oh, oh, I expect you're after my daughters.
Sure thing, ma'am.
Now then, this is Erica, and this is Ernestine. Aren't they pretty? All right, Ernestine, you can take your foot out of the vice now, love. It won't get any smaller. And Erica, putting your feet in water won't shrink them. Right, Ernestine, you try on the slipper.
There, perfect. Aren't the other 4 toes meant to be in it as well? It fits perfectly. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, yes, it does.
Okay, sister, your turn.
What? This delicately moulded set of piggies in there? No trouble. The envy of Dame Margot, these are. Ooh, gosh, what's the time? Oh, nearly there.
Wrong foot, dum-dum.
Oh, there. You see? Got me throat. Like a glove, they fit. No chance. It's like trying to put the QE2 into the Serpentine. Shut up! It's only because they're swollen after dancing with him all night. Rubbish. Isn't that right, Princey? It was small and delicate before, weren't they, Mother?
Is that everyone?
Of course that's all. We don't take in lodgers, you know.
But, as we all know, that was not all, was it? In fact, the trusty Slow Jack had already heard rumours that a poor servant girl lived in the house with them. The prince immediately summoned her down.
Oh, the kitchen maid? Well, surely you don't want her, do you?
Bring her down, lady. 5 will get you 10. You can guess what's going to happen now.
Your Highness!
Can this be true? Could it be?
I hope so, Prince. It's the last chick in town. Here's the shoe, lady.
It fits!
It fits!
It fits!
It fits!
Methinks the cunning wench has robbed me of me husband.
You'll have to sharpen your own quills now, Ern.
God,
Sorry, Ernestine. I mean, near mine,
My princess.
My prince.
My gold.
When Slowjack plays a hunch, Slowjack plays a hunch. Who loves you, baby?
Well, he does, apparently.
You're beautiful. And as in all good fairy stories, they all lived happily ever after.
I never heard such a load of old codswallop in all my life. That is typical of you, isn't it? You like to spoil things, don't you? I thought it was rather beautiful, you dirty, horrible little man.
You remember that spotty cobbler's son?
What about him?
Have you still got his phone number?
The story of Dick Whittington is a success story known to most of us. How he spent his early years in a country town, how he became orphaned as a young boy, and how with nothing but a few belongings wrapped in a flimsy scarf tied to a stick on his shoulder, he journeyed to London in search of fame and fortune. We pick up the story as he arrives, penniless and starving, in the city.
This is a right take on. Where's all the gold? I was definitely told the streets of London were paved with gold. I was told gold, I was told. All I've got's a cold.
Tired, hungry, and disillusioned, Dick sat down on the step of a large house in the city and immediately fell asleep. But he wasn't allowed to slumber for long.
Here! What do you think you're doing? Get off!
I'm sorry, I was so tired and weak. I must eat soon.
Well, not here, you don't. Be off with you.
Now then, cook, what's all the screaming about? I perceive we have a young hooligan cook.
I'm not a hooligan cook.
I'm sorry. I'll read that again. I see we have a young hooligan, cook.
I was just shoving him off, Mr. Fitzwarren, sir. No trouble that a quick belt with my broomstick won't cure.
I wish the silly witch would jump on it and...
Ow! Hold a while, you vicious little cordon bleu. What ails thee, lad?
I don't drink, sir.
Have you no home, boy? One of a roving pop singer, are you? That stick on your shoulder looks remarkably like a musical pole with low decibel, high output dancing electric knees.
I've come to London to seek my fortune, sir. I was told that the streets of London were paved with gold.
The man's a complete fool. Tell me, boy, what is your trade?
I started as a trainee scarecrow design consultant, sir.
Fascinating.
Then I became a master ditch digger's apprentice spade holder.
Gripping. You look as though you could use a square meal, boy.
I'm not worried about the shape, sir. but I'm prepared to work hard for it.
Brave words, my boy. Mrs. Squidges, put him in the kitchen to work for his keep.
That boy in my kitchen? Not blooming likely. I'm not having him in there messing up all my lovely apple pies. It's not open house, you know.
Thanks for the plug.
Come then, boy. What's your name?
Whittington, sir. Dick Whittington.
Whittington, eh? No relation to the fool in the play of the same name? Of course not. You haven't got a cat. Well, boy, I hope you're honest. The last boy we took in repaid me by stealing a chicken.
Did you catch him?
No, he made a run for it. He made a...
Boom, boom!
Blooming cheek.
So young Dick was taken in by the benevolent Alderman Fitzwarren, a wealthy city merchant. But the wicked cook was furious and bullied Dick at every opportunity. In fact, had it not been for the kindness and friendship of Alderman Fitzwarren's pretty daughter Alice, Dick would have found life unbearable.
There you are, Mildred. I knew they'd bring birds into it sooner or later.
Oh, be quiet, George. I'm trying to listen. You should pay attention yourself. You might learn a bit.
Ooh, Dickie.
Yes, Alice?
I'm ever so glad you're staying with us, Dickie. Now I've got someone to play with. How's the attic? It must be very cold up there.
Yeah, it's well ventilated. Panoramic view of the sky at night. And hot and cold running vermin.
Ooh, you poor, poor Dickie. But at least it's dry.
Dry? You've got to be joking. The mice have moved out and the goldfish have moved in.
Oh, Dickie, I wish there was something more I could do for you.
Well, I had one idea, but it was censored. You don't have any fish food on you, do you? You're very kind to me, Alice.
Ooh, Dickie.
Alice.
Say good night, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Dick's friendship with Alice grew, and he found that he could put up with the discomfort of his draughty attic and the cook's vicious bullying. And then, by a stroke of good fortune, Dick was able to earn himself a penny from a friend of Alderman Fitzwarren. He knew immediately what to do with it.
Excuse me, love. How much do you want for your cat?
Tanner.
What, for that scrawny old Tom? Rubbish.
Fulton's?
I've only got a penny.
Done.
I'm an eccentric millionaire.
It worked like a charm. The cat rid the attic of all the rats and mice, and apart from Alice, he became Dick's closest friend.
Look at you daft thing. Typical, isn't it? In other pantomimes, the hero gets magic lamps, fairy godmothers, magic beanstalks, geese with golden eggs. Not me, though. No, I'm stuck with a pennyworth of old Moggy. Go on, lay an egg, I dare you. Go on.
Then came the day when Dick's world fell apart. Alderman Fitzwarren called the entire household together to tell of his plans for a new venture. He was about to send a ship overseas, laden with silks and other merchandise for sale. As was the custom in those days, he insisted that all the household should put something towards the venture, however little. and share in his good fortune when the ship returned. All the servants willingly did so. All, that is, except Dick, who had nothing to give.
Come, Dick. Do you not wish me good fortune?
Sire, I wish you success, but I have nothing to give.
Oh, Dickie, you have. That gorgeous little pussycat of yours can be your contribution to the voyage. It can run all over the deck and chase away the little mice that you said it was so good at doing. There. Didn't I say that well?
Big mouth.
So it was settled. Sadly, Dick handed over the cat, and the next morning, with Alderman Fitzwarren and his entire household waving goodbye from the quay, the ship left on its voyage of fortune. Without the cat, of course, it wasn't long before Dick's draughty attic was again infested with rats and mice. And then, to make matters even worse, Alice broke some sad news to him.
Guess what? Daddy's going on a big business trip and he's going to take me with him. Isn't that exciting?
But Alice, how long for?
I don't really know, but I've always wanted to travel the world.
Where are you going then?
British East Huddersfield.
I hope you take an interpreter with you.
Oh, Dickie, I am really going to miss you. Will you think of me when I'm away, Dickie?
Alice, I've thought of you every day since I met you. But Alice, I'm a poor kitchen boy with nothing but hopes and dreams, and all those seem to come to nothing. I've even lost my cat now.
Oh, Dickie, I'll always remember you, and I'll see you when I get back.
With Alderman Fitzwarren and Alice both away, the wicked cook seized her chance to give Dick an even harder time. But Dick was missing Alice very much, and as the days went by, he became more and more dejected. By now he knew he'd never make the fortune he'd come to London to seek, and sadly, he decided that the time had come to leave the city behind him. The next morning, he packed his meagre belongings in his scarf, crept downstairs, and turned his back on London.
Swing in London. You can keep it. I was better off before. At least I could have starved in familiar surroundings. Hello, who's this? Another twit on his way to make a fortune?
Excuse me, varlet. Hast thou perchance to see a coach pass this way?
A coach, sire? Nay.
Or a little fellow with short, fat, hairy legs. We were playing at the palace, you see, and the team coach left without me. Canst thou tell me, then, if I'm on the right road for Luton?
Luton?
'Tis an ancient settlement in close proximity to Verulam.
'Tis many a good league from here, sire.
Don't talk to me about the league. Here, you're a midfield grafter, are you? Because we're always looking for a midfield grafter, a striker, anybody, a good goalie, anything. How do you fancy being a ref?
What do you think of it so far?
Ruggish! Boom, boom!
Determined to leave London behind him, Dick continued on his way until, after several miles, he paused for a rest.
That's better. Rest the old walkers for a bit. What's the time?
Almost 9:15. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean almost 10:15.
He doesn't improve. Never did know what time of day it was.
Feeling very tired and weary, Dick closed his eyes and soon slipped into a light sleep. But against the background of distant chiming bells, voices seemed to speak to him in his dream.
Hey, Mr. Whittington! Mr. Whittington! Oi! Here, they're ringing! For you, the Bow Bells! Oh dear, it's Norman here, Norman Wisdom, hark at the bells! They're for you! Bom, 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 bom! Go, he can't hear it. Are you mutton? Oi!
Hark!
Oh, a bad time, it's a bad time and all. Oh dear, oh dear.
What's that? Bow bells?
Of course it's Bow Bells, knucklehead. What do you expect, a cuckoo clock?
I told you. The man's a complete fool.
That's right, Harry. He certainly, how could me, Harry? I mean, Alderman Harry. No, Alderman Phil, Fitz, what's name? Alderman Fitz, here, listen to this, Harry. I mean, I can put it here. Here, don't laugh at me, 'cause I'm a fool. I know it's true. I know. Go on, here, Harry, nudged it. Go on, there you go. Go on, here, listen. Here they go again.
Turn again, Whittington, Lord Mayor of London. Turn again, Whittington, Lord Mayor of London.
Now, friends, for Richard Whittington, a pauper who wants to be Lord Mayor of London, opportunity knocks. And if you can't spell Whittington, folks, just put Bow Bells and we'll know what you mean. Pardon me, a little fog in the throat there.
Lord Mayor of London? You can if you want, but remember, I'm in charge.
That's it. I'll be Lord Mayor of London.
Oh, Dickie, it's a good job with prospects.
I say, Mr. Richard, are you going to be Lord Mayor? Oh, you'll have to wear a chain round your neck. That can be very inconvenient.
This young man, Dick Whittington, as it happens, ladies and gentlemen, wants to be Lord Mayor of London. Now, how about that then, if you please? And Jim will fix it.
Lord Mayor, I'll do it.
I wonder if he's the right man for the job.
So, full of heart, Dick Whittington turned again. He made light of the miles back to the alderman's house and managed to creep in unnoticed. Meanwhile, Alderman Fitzwarren's ship had been at sea for 3 weeks. It had encountered a raging storm which had blown it off course, and the crew were running short of supplies.
Cut music. Cut! Water music, you fool! First public warning, Lockyer.
Suddenly, there was an excited shout from the crow's nest.
Hey, Captain! I've sat on an egg up here in the nest. You get it? I've sat on an egg and it's busted. Hey, you understand what I'm talking? It's a joke. Hey, Captain!
Will you please stick to the script?
Oh, look at him. Look at old Pete. Oh, stick to the script. And it's, oh, all right then. What now? Lando, good show. I can see it in the distance. Big lumberland sticking out to sea. We're coming in. Mind the rocks and the ball. Stick me to the string.
The captain was informed immediately. He was a short man with freshly ironed hair and a tendency to lurk behind large horn-rimmed glasses. He addressed the crew. He addressed the crew.
Oh, me? Oh, me? I thought... Come on, keep doing that. 1 minute. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, yeah, the crew. The crew. 41 Let'sby Avenue, Steeple Bumstead. That's the address. Yeah.
He addressed the crew.
Oh, not me. Arthur. Captain. Arthur, Captain. Oh, he's only half a man. No offense, Arthur, Sean. 1 minute, he addressed the queue, Arthur. Oh, go on, off you go.
Hello, playmates. I've just had a message dropped from the crow's nest containing news of clues, views, and booze.
Arr, and what be that phrase, arr?
He's spied land, hasn't a clue where it is, and he's thirsty. Well, where are we, Long Johns? Last time you navigated, we went 3 times round Kenvy Island and finished in Cleethorpes.
Not this time, sir. Just listen to those drums.
Undaunted, the brave captain led his men ashore and headed for the imposing castle on the hilltop.
Do you suppose they speak English with a BBC accent, Long Johns?
Arr, maybe as how they do, and maybe as how they don't, sir. But one thing be for sure, sir, we're gonna find out powerful soon, sir.
You haven't got a one-legged uncle, have you?
Arr, sir. Maybe as how I have, and maybe...
Oh, all right, Long Johns, you're not on repeat fees.
Long Johns was right. They were greeted by the palace guards and escorted immediately to the courtroom, where they were confronted by the Sultan.
And what, pray, brings you to my island?
Well, we're running a summer cruise and we thought we'd just pop in. I think he speaks the lingo, Long Johns. Tell me, Sultan, where did you pick up the lingo?
Eton?
Well, I wouldn't say no to a quick snack.
And if your hospitality will run to it, sir, a wee nip of grog now that the sun's over the yard arm, sir.
Oh, forgive me. Prepare a banquet for the guests.
Bring on the jelly babies. I love the jelly babies.
Oh, very small for a captain.
Well, it was only meant to be a short voyage.
Hey, boss, who's the joke?
Well, I don't know. It's something what the tide brought in. Anyway, Captain, since you are here, you must enjoy our hospitality. First, you must meet my queen.
Hello, sailor.
Cheek.
While waiting for the banquet, the captain described his cargo of goodies, and the Sultan inspected it. As they returned to the palace, the captain had good reason to feel pleased with himself.
Right, Captain, that's settled. I will take the lot.
And then you. I see the food's laid out. My. What a busy little bee we've been, haven't we?
What is a bee?
A bee? The hero of a national folk song. It goes, oh, what a glorious thing to be, healthy rats!
I beg your pardon?
Rats everywhere. They've even started to eat the food.
Aye, sir, and a 4 grey stew.
Oh, don't let them worry you. They're always here. Can't get rid of them. Give half my kingdom to solve the problem.
Haven't you got a cat?
What is a cat?
Well, it's a small domesticated carnivorous quadruped, comes in a variety of colours, has a tail, and goes meow. And he chases rats and mice as a general rule.
General rule, eh? Oh, I remember him when he was just a corporal, a skinny fellow.
Slim lad, that's what we called him, our Slim lad.
Enough, Long Johns. See if you can nip down to the boat and pinch the cat while nobody's looking.
Harder. You're asking me to be a cat burglar now.
Long Johns did as he was asked and returned a few minutes later with the cat. Within a few minutes there was not a rat or a mouse to be seen in the palace. The Sultan immediately offered a fortune for Dick's cat and would not take no for an answer. The next day the crew set sail for home with the honest captain guarding the fortune which Dick would receive on their return home. Alderman Fitzwarren was of course delighted as he had prospered from the sale of his merchandise. And now that Dick was a man of considerable wealth, the alderman hurriedly arranged a match between Dick and Alice.
There we are, Richard Whittington 2, Alice Fitzwarren 0. Didn't he do well?
Congratulations, Dick. You done well. I'm now going to have you indentured to my company. And bring your own teeth.
There's nothing wrong with my teeth.
Oh, Dickie.
Dick Whittington became a successful and wealthy businessman and wrote his name in the pages of history by serving for 3 terms as Lord Mayor of London. And it happened exactly as we have told it. Well, almost.
Well, thank goodness that's over. That cat quite upset my little budgie, didn't it? Right, can I nip down to the pub now for a couple of beers?
No, you can't, George. You can stay home and pay some attention to me for a change. Anyway, I don't think it's finished yet.
The Epilogue by Alice Fitzwarren. Dick was an ambitious young lad who hit London feeling tired and sad. Met an alderman's daughter, and I'm glad he caught her, 'cause being Lord Mayor's wife can't be bad.
I can't understand why they didn't let me be in it. 'Cause I'm very good in pantomime. They wouldn't have had any harassment. Nevertheless, I thought it was very good.